Vivek Ramaswamy has a podcast, and the name of that podcast is called Truth. I've never heard about it, but apparently he has it, and it's made news because he had Ann Coulter on his podcast, and this is what she had to say to him. She came on with the normal introductory compliments.
Thanks for having me. That was a fantastic opening monologue. I too am a fan of yours. So I'm going to make a point of disagreeing with you so that it will be fun.
And then real quick, she shit on him and black people.
You are so bright and articulate, and I guess I can call you articulate since you're not an American black. Can't say that about them. That's derogatory.
What she don't realize she did was racist, or at a minimum, prejudicial. Everybody remember that Barack Obama was called articulate by a lot of people when he was running for president. And by saying a black person is articulate simply is saying that a black person can't speak like a white person. And the reason why I say that is because you never hear people say the white man speaks articulate. And she just lumped in Vivek with black people to say that he's articulate. And I can say that to you. I can't say that to them. So she just called him out for being other. Despite that, she still believed in a lot of things he said when he was a presidential candidate.
Oh, and I agreed with many, many things you said during, in fact, probably more than most other candidates when you were running for president.
But
I still would not have voted for you.
Why?
Because you're an Indian.
That's my video. I'm done. I ain't got to say shit else. Explain.
We'll get back to that.
Oh, bullshit. You're going to explain that. And Vivek wanted an answer too.
What does ethnicity have to do with the matter?
And before she got to her full answer, she had to shit on him again.
But like I said, anyone can adopt this. I guess what I just said, if any of your children marry a DAR, I would definitely vote for them for president.
It's two things there. She said that she won't vote for you because you're an Indian, but she will vote for your children only if they marry a DAR. And I had to look it up. I think DAR means Daughters of the American Revolution. So if you marry a DAR, now that's different from a WASP. I'm learning out what that is now. WASP is White Anglo-Saxon Protestant. They've been doing this kind of thing now, calling people WASP and DAR and all this other stuff. So that's what she's saying. She's saying, Vivek, I won't vote for you or your fucking kids, but I will only vote for your kids if they marry a DAR. But she still hasn't answered the question of why.
It's not so much, it's more, president is different. You have to be natural born. Lots of our very best immigrants just do not understand the Second Amendment. They do not get the First Amendment. And you take polls of them, you know, should you have a right to bear arms? Should hate speech be banned? And it's noticeable that large percentages of immigrants and children of immigrants really don't get that. And I think that is the point of having natural born citizen only for president, that this is a really delicate thing we have, this freedom to bear arms and there being no such thing as hate speech. And it's just an additional little safeguard.
Immigrants who are conservatives, Latino, Hispanic, whatever you are, if you are an immigrant to this country, and goddamn it, we all are. Well, of course, not my descendants and not the natives. We didn't ask to be here, and the natives didn't want your ass here. And you side with Ann Coulter and the MAGA extremists and the Republican Party. What she is saying is, she feels like by you being first, second, third, whatever generation immigrant, you don't understand the plight of the American Revolution. You don't understand why we have a right to bear arms. You don't understand why the history behind the right to freedom of press and freedom of speech and freedom of religion. She's saying that you can't grasp it in your immigrant mind why we have to have those things. And because you can't understand it by her white Anglo-Saxon Protestant DAR logic, you can't be president. And I will have you note that a lot of the founding fathers were first, second, or third generation immigrants, even if they were native born to this soil. Now, there was a stipulation for who can qualify to be president, but the amendment granting birthright citizenship to everybody born on the soil of the United States wasn't around until the 13th Amendment in 1865. Yeah. What do you think?